Hallow. So we're just starting out with some thumbnailing. It's probably not going to be the best quality, even though, I took it straight from Procreate. Is what it is. Yeah, I started out just thumbnailing. I wanted to draw, I don't know, some cute girl, very Halloween themed. And I just had my family choose which pose. And yeah, I was actually going to go with the other one because I like that closed umbrella, arms behind back kind of pose, but I do think that this one probably reads better, so that's okay. And I liked having the umbrella like slightly open, and I really wanted something that looked almost bat-like and then at the same time had some like pumpkin kind of bits to it, so that's that. Here's a little zoom in on the face when I started inking, and if there's anything that is going to happen with me, I'm going to overdo the inks. I really, really love inking. Probably comes from my obsession with black and white comics, or even gray tone. I just really love gray tone. I can't say it enough. I'm sorry, I'm sure it gets irritating, but I do really like it. So yeah, with this one, I knew that it was going to be colored, so I went a little overboard. And even in the painting, I think I could have I could have stopped way earlier on and did not. And that's alright. I still think it turned out okay. I did make it pretty colorful. I was thinking about a picture that I had made a while ago with that fairy that has an exposed, like, copper ribcage, or gold, ribcage. And how we had made it into, like, a holographic sticker. So the whole time I was thinking about this, like, super holographic, shiny sticker, and so you'll see what that results in near the end. So yeah, some of the stuff you'll have to pay really close attention to the picture to try to spot it. I did cut out some stuff because I just thought you can't see what I'm even working on. It's so, like, I'm so zoomed in when I'm working on it that yeah, when you're looking at the whole, you can hardly see the difference. If you skip ahead in some spots, you'll be able to see what I worked on, and then maybe if you go back, you'll be able to spot it, just knowing which areas I'm going at. But I also know that YouTube now allows you to zoom in, so maybe you can pinch zoom and see what you can see. And then near the end, you're gonna see that there's like one spot on her elbow on the right side that did not get the multiply layer, so the shadows were just not there, and it looks kind of weird, but I do finish it. I do fix it near the end, and you'll be able to see that as well. Yeah, so I didn't have any reference for this picture, so I was kind of proud of how those boots turned out, because I don't really draw... I do draw boots, but I don't draw feminine boots very often. Definitely not high-heeled anything. So, yeah, I was kind of impressed with the fact that I actually drew those from memory. Because I didn't think there was any freaking way that was going to happen. And yeah, now we're moving into the flats, which I hate. I hate flatting with all of my heart and soul. I get out of the lines, which is one reason why I end up doing a layer over the top of everything that I just do some finishing touches on, and it doesn't look like much, but when you zoom in, yeah, it cleans up a lot of the areas that I've missed, even though I try changing the background color. Yeah, that red on the umbrella was actually just so that I could see like the edges up against the brown and make sure that I wasn't getting out of the lines, and then I switched it to that deep purpley blue color. Yeah, I didn't have a lot in my mind about what kind of colors I was going to use for this. I definitely knew an orange. One, because I love orange, and because I was going for something more autumn themed. Originally it was just specifically supposed to be autumn themed, and yeah, she just ended up looking way more Halloween, which is on brand for me, I suppose. My birthday is actually in October, so yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll somehow wedge that in there as an excuse as to why everything ends up being Halloween. That, and I just really dig Halloween and have my whole life, so yeah, but hopefully other people feel the same way. I decided to do the tread on her boots as that same orange color, just to pull that color from the top down into the bottom. I didn't want to use too much of it, but just enough that when you're looking at it, you get kind of an arrow shape. And yeah, I thought maybe that would help make her feel like she was grounded, even though I didn't put any ground down. I considered putting a background in at some point. I thought about making a big tombstone shaped, either tombstone or it was going to be one of those really intricate coffins shaped like mirror or something in the background that had some really pretty like I don't know how to explain it, just really pretty colors and whatnot in it. And I would have kind of probably tweaked it as I as I worked on it, but that was the idea for a bit, and I just thought that would be kind of a pain if we end up using it for other products. So instead, oh, I guess I should mention I was making this for our little online shop because I wanted to kind of have something to match up with that dark fairy that I had made a while ago. So, yep. Was definitely thinking sticker. I thought, maybe we could make a notebook cover or whatever out of it, but that's why I was being careful with what I put in the background and didn't full quote unquote illustrate anything. So, yeah. And I'm sorry for this blast of white, or what looks like white. It's actually off-white. It's more of a gray. But in comparison to what I had before, it is stark and blinding. But I needed to be able to see the edges a little bit better. So that's why I did that, because now I have everything kind of colored in, and when I put it on the white, I'll be able to see all the parts that I missed, which is just my favorite. So yeah, went ahead and just did that. I pretty much always do. If not, there ends up being problems later with transparent PNG, which I tend to work with a lot for our shop because, yeah, it's easier to place. And then here pretty soon we will head into the shading. But there's a lot of very subtle changes that I do, and if you don't pay super close attention, and even if you do, it's really hard to see. It's really, really hard to see. Again, I zoom in really, really close to catch my edges where I haven't filled something in, and I draw completely over the top of it, lines and all, and just try to, make it look nice. And then I also try to get it to accent with the colors, the shading that I have in mind for later, because I had my shadows a lot more subtly than I used to. Maybe subtle's not quite the right word, but maybe you'll understand what I mean, because I used to put a lot of effort into creating these shadows directly on the painting layer, and now I try to do a little bit less of that. I do still paint and add shading, but I think it just looks much better if I add my multiply layer for my darker shading, which I consider like an outside shade thing, anything tossing shadows. And we're almost to the end here. I really, really enjoy doing the finishing stuff. I hope that it like accents it well enough and people enjoy the end product as much as, the work. So this is the finished picture up close, and here is the rest of it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day or night, and bye.